In this video, we'll discuss part 6 that we framed regarding protection of life and personal liberty, as it is one of the important fundamental rights under part 3 of the Constitution. And regarding part 6, we have divided it under the following heads as custodial death and fake encounter, the third one prison restriction, the fourth one prisoners classification, and the fifth one prisoners interview, and the sixth one prisoners torture, and the seventh one that is relating to legal aid to accused. So, in relation to first one, and that is relating to custodial death, we'll discuss the important leading case D.K. Basu versus State of West Bengal. In the year 1997, the Supreme Court expressed that for custodial death, the writ petition on the writ petition, the court can award compensation. Custodial death has been described as one of the worst crimes in a civilized society governed by the rule of law. And in relation to the second one, and that is relating to fake encounter. And regarding fake encounter, we'll discuss another important leading case, and that is extrajudicial execution. Victim Families Association versus Union of India in 2013, the Supreme Court expressed that where fake encounter is proved against a policeman in a trial, there must be given death sentence, treating it as the rarest of the rare case, where the court finds a person's right, especially the right to life, under assault by the state or the agencies of the state. It must step in and stand with the individual and prohibits the state or its agencies from violating the rights guaranteed under the Constitution, as it was decided in this important leading case relating to fake encounters. Extrajudicial execution victim families association versus Union of India in 2013 by our Supreme Court. And now we'll go to the third one, that is relating to prisoner restrictions. So, in relation to prisoners restrictions, we'll discuss another important leading case, and that is Silavarsi versus State of Maharashtra. And that particular important leading case is of 1983, and it was decided by our Supreme Court. And in regards to that, prison restriction amounting to torture, pressure, or infliction beyond that awarded by the court must pass the test of scrutiny with reference to Article 21. And as it was decided in this leading case, Silavarsi versus State of Maharashtra in 1983. And now we'll go to prisoners classification, and the most important case relating to prisoners classification is Charles Suraj versus Superintendent Tihar Jail. Delhi, and it was decided in 1978 by the Supreme Court. So, classification of prisoners under prison rules on the basis of ordinary or dangerous prisoners and prisoners under sentence of death is valid as it was decided in this important leading case, Charles Suraj versus Superintendent of Tihar Jail, Delhi, in 1978 by the Supreme Court. And now we'll go to another important aspect of falling under protection of life and personal liberty is prisoners interview, and in that case we'll discuss one important leading case, Silavarsi versus State of Maharashtra in 1983. The very important decision relating to this case is public spirited citizens should be allowed to interview prisoners in order to ascertain how far Article 21 is being complied with, but the interview has to be subject to reasonable restrictions, which themselves are subject to judicial review. Special permission should be obtained for tape recording the interview, as it was decided in this important leading case, Sila Barsi versus State of Maharashtra in 1983 by the Supreme Court. And now we'll go to another facet which is falling under protection of life and personal liberty is prisoners' torture. And in that connection, we'll discuss the important leading case Sunil Batra versus Delhi administration, and it was decided in 1978 by the Supreme Court. And in relation to that, as it was pronounced, an under trial or convicted prisoner cannot be subject to a physical or mental restraint which is not warranted by the punishment awarded by the court, or which is in excess of the requirements of prisoners' discipline, or which constitutes human degradation. So, as it was pronounced by our Supreme Court in this important leading case relating to prisoners' torture, Sunil Batra versus Delhi administration. And now we'll go to the very important seventh one, and that is relating to legal aid to accused. And in that connection we'll discuss another important leading case, Rakesh Kumar Paul versus State of Assam, which was decided in 2017 by our Supreme Court. So, in relation to legal aid, as it is provided by the state on the direction of the court, as it was pronounced, it is the constitutional duty to inform accused that an expiry of statutory period P or he or she is entitled to default bail. So, as it was decided in this leading case, Rakesh Kumar Paul versus State of Assam in 2017 by the Supreme Court regarding legal aid to accused. So, part 6 that we have framed in relation to this Article 21, which provides protection of life and personal liberty, and under 7 different heads that which are falling under this part 6 that we have discussed as relating to custodial death, prison restrictions, fake encounters, prisoners classification, prisoners interview, prisoners torture, and last one relating to legal aid to accused. So, under these different heads, we have discussed the very scope and jurisdiction of Article 21 and how far it could be expanded by the judiciary in India to include its very ambit under which every facet of life and human dignity is coming within the very scope and jurisdiction of Article 21, which provides protection of life and personal liberty. And in our upcoming video, we'll discuss part 7 of the right or right to life and protection of personal liberty as provided under Article 21. And in relation to that, we would like to discuss how far the very provision could be expanded on the very interpretation of our Supreme Court, which is falling under right to livelihood, health, and right to health. So, in that connection, we would like to discuss one is right to livelihood, and under the heading health, right of patient's medical head, medical confidentiality, and the third one relating to right to health. So, it would be discussed in our upcoming video.